energy and fusion light energy gain technology screens. I'm going to put one of these out every single time we post these videos. Now, if the YouTuber by the name of Crow1176, Jaime Fernando Gonzalez, which is his full name, and we can mention that because, again, we have had to file criminal charges against you for multiple different types of criminal activity that you wouldn't even believe. But anyway, as I said before, if you feel in any way that anything that I just posted, from the counterfeiting, using the unlawful use of a 3D printer to print out trademark, copyrighted, patent or patent pending items and selling them for your own personal wealth, if you feel that's false, get an attorney. If you feel that basically me making statements of you doxing my address, my sister's address, and stalking us, cyber stalking us, that that's fake, get an attorney. If you feel at the end of the day that the accusations I've made against your products being nothing more than just everyday basic house paints, then you get yourself an attorney. And that's all you have to do. And it's basically file a lawsuit for defamation, saying that everything that I made, all these statements I made were false, including the copyrights, as saying that you've never touched their copyrights, or you got full permission from my company to use their copyrights. I would love to see that one at the end of the day. I don't even know how that would even work. But anyway, feel free to put all that out there. You haven't made any threats and anything whatsoever. You have made threats to our company. You've made threats to me. You haven't emailed and stalked us or had other parties involved in basically your criminal activity. Then guess what? You're completely innocent. You did nothing wrong whatsoever. Then what you do is you get yourself an attorney and you file a lawsuit against me at the end of the day. That's what you do. If you claim this, because I am taking you to court. The only problem, you won't make it there because he's not documented, he's not going to make it there because, of course, someone else is probably going to take over, which we know who is going to basically, we had to go file with them about the problems we're having with them attacking our family and friends over here. Because, again, this is a person at the end of the day who feels he can do whatever he wants to do. Well, not here in America, you won't. You won't be doing what you want to do. Us as Americans can't even do whatever we want to do at the end of the day. So we know you can't. So with that being said, get yourself an attorney. Matter of fact, I order you to get an attorney by today to reach out and say, hey, the stuff you're saying against Fernando is completely false, and he can back this up as being an innocent person who came over here and did nothing wrong in the United States. That's not going to go. You already know it from the door. But I give you the opportunity to make that statement. Because the last we need is you on your channel crying and whining about how you feel that people are racist, because if anyone basically gets in the way of your criminal activity, oh, it's racist at the end of the day. They're coming at me because I'm Mexican. No, Jamie, they're coming at you because you're a criminal. That's what you are. You are a criminal. And the stuff that we posted where you ripped off thousands of your customers on just making them think they were buying some special hype paint was nothing more than just black and white paint. That's all it was. You ripped off thousands of people. You ripped off churches. You ripped off schools. You ripped off just anybody you can get your hands on. And from the customers' pictures we see, there's no projector screen should ever be looking like that, especially the machines they're using at the end of the day. So, yeah, you lied, overhyped your products, did all kinds of stuff, cheat, manipulate, rob and steal, and then had other people that you brought on board with you to help you with this scheming that you were doing and ripping off customers. Copyrights, heck, that alone can give you 80 years in jail for touching copyrights, and you touch multiple copyrights. Stalking, we had tons of pictures that you've taken of me and put me in these weird puppet kind of like characters, which is quite very creepy and weird. And yeah, you just do weird stuff like that. You do stalk people. So you dox addresses off your website and stuff like that. We got evidence on everything I'm saying out of my mouth. So everything I say and everything I post on YouTube about you is actually real. Now, what you said about me, you're saying our products were too black, they were scammers, and this, that, and the other. Well, that's what you're being taken to court for. If you do get there, like I said, because he's undocumented, there's a 100% chance that ICE is going to override that and just take him. But anyway, as I said before, if you're saying in the day that my products don't work, then that would be virtually impossible because my customers' demonstrations are better than yours. In fact, my customers' demonstrations are better than your customer demonstrations. In fact, my customers' demonstrations are better than majority of most screens on the market selling right now. So that speaks volumes right there. When I got customers who can go outside and race a car up and down a giant screen, and you can't even produce an image. Your customers can't produce images. The screens wash out. Well, customers' projectors are far less than what your customers pay for their machines because they have no choice. The screen doesn't work. So, right there alone, I can literally say that my customers' demonstrations are far better than yours. The people who sell products are better than them. So if my stuff didn't work, it means their stuff didn't work at the end of the day. And it means all the different locations I went to with projectors super cheap and were able to pull images up, even push 150-inch fish tank through a window. That wouldn't have worked. It would have been virtually impossible. So that shows at the end of the day that, Jamie, you're just jealous. And you let your jealousy and your emotions get the best of you. And that's what basically got you in all this trouble to begin with. And now look at the stuff you got yourself into. Once a criminal, always a criminal. You went out and not only did you say you gave up on screen paints, but you came back on eBay, which we have that documented too, and continue to try to rip customers off on a product that you know darn well is nothing more than house paint. Because we sent it to you and you sent it back. So it is what it is. But if you feel in any way that you're an innocent person, because that's what Jamie wants you to feel. He's innocent. He's never did anything wrong. He's being attacked for no reason whatsoever. That's a Karen, by the way. That's a class Karen. He's being attacked for no reason whatsoever. He's just an innocent person. Never did anything wrong. And he feels that my company is attacking him and he's done nothing wrong at all. That's what he feels. Sorry, Jamie, you're not going to get away with that at the end of the day. That doesn't work. Man, it may work with your sheep followers at the end of the day. I'm not saying all of them are sheep, but some of them are sheep. I'm not saying most of them. Some of them are sheep over there who believe it whether or not. Maybe you may convince those guys in the day, but you're not convincing us over here. One bit. Or neither my attorneys, the courts, or anyone else that's going to be involved. So, as I said before, I did send you a certified letter requesting black paint, did I not? Did we get our black paint? Nope, we never got it. All right then. Then why would you go out and make statements that our products are from a black paint when we actually send you a request to send us black paint? You send us nothing at all. On top of that, we have tests on all our products, and you have no guarantee that stuff would actually work. And for a person who got on camera and say, moving on to bigger and better things, as starting a 3D printing business, I don't know where you would start that at, but he did it out of his apartment. A more illegal activity on top of illegal activity on basically counterfeiting, ripping off, and selling stolen merchandise without permission from the companies who actually make it. I don't know why he can't get that through his head that that's wrong. I have no idea why he can't get that through his head. All right, well, with that being said, if you feel you want to go on your channel and you want to cry about this, and you're an innocent person as you say you are, you get yourself a lawyer, and I order you get a lawyer to file a lawsuit against me. And everything I said out of my mouth is not true. Keep in mind, Fernando, we're taken to court for the very things that we just posted. So, I would love to see this. All right, with that being said, gotta go.